Do certain spinnerbaits cast more accurately and better than others? Whoa! That's a beauty. Good morning, guys and girls. March 12. We're going to be looking at John 15:19. John 15:19. By the way, if you're not subscribed to the Catch of the Day YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button right now. If you are subscribed, send this to 8 or 10 friends and tell them that it's a great way to change their life. This channel will actually change your life for the better. Give us a couple of weeks. Get on there for a couple of weeks. If you don't think it's helping you in your daily walk with everybody out there, not just with God, but with everybody out there, then you can always hit that unsubscribe button if you want to. Don't you dare hit that unsubscribe button. Okay, we're looking at John 15:19. I have chosen you out of this world. I have chosen you out of the world. Isn't that something right there? That in itself, if you just think about it for a minute, we're talking about the God that created the moon and the stars, the God that spoke the world into existence, chose you and chose me. You know, wow, just think about that. I remember as we was kids, we used to pick teams when we was playing baseball or basketball or football, and we had a couple of captains would be the team captains, and they would pick, I'll take John, I'll take Billy over there, I'll take Roger, I'll take Jimmy. And you always didn't want to be the last two or three that got picked. You always kind of hoped to get picked toward the front. But just think about this. The God that created everything, the God that actually created you, is choosing you out of this world. Let's see what I wrote about that, because that is really a good one. Don Butler won the 1972 Bassmaster Classic with a bait called an SOB. Not that SOB, a small okie bug. Don was from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he owned a store called Okie Bug, a great fishing tackle store. That was back in the days before Bass Pro Shop. Small okie bug. And it says here in this devotional that's a small crankbait. It actually was a small spinnerbait. I don't know. The editor changed that spinnerbait around to crankbait. Many times early in the year, a smaller bait will produce a lot of fish. For one thing, more fishermen in the tournament were fishing larger spinnerbaits, trying to catch large spawning females. Also, the fish were really getting a lot of pressure and seeing a lot of baits. Fishing with something different was the key to success in that tournament. Can I tell you, fishing success is based on differences. Many times when we get ready to go fishing, we call around and we talk to some of our buddies, we look at fishing reports, and we see that they're biting a blue, white, and chartreuse spinnerbait with gold blades. So that's what we go out there and throw. Or they're biting a crawfish-colored crankbait. So that's what we go out there and throw. A lot of times, everybody in the whole stinking lake is throwing the same bait. The fish are getting used to it, and they're not biting it. We're better off throwing differences. Many times we're better off not knowing what kind of lure they're catching them on at all. You know, we've been catching a lot of fish here lately on an Alabama rig, and we just did a video showing how to fish an Alabama rig, and it's catching giant fish, no doubt about it. But we were fishing Lake O.H. Ivy the last couple of weeks down in Texas, down near Comanche, Texas. San Angelo, Texas is probably the closest big town around. But basically, with all the big fish that we were catching down there, we sold the whole state of Texas out of Alabama rigs. Everybody out there was throwing them. Every boat you run into, everybody that stopped and talked, they'd have Alabama rigs tied on their bait. This fish we're seeing lots and lots and lots and lots of Alabama rigs. And quite honestly, I think all of that boat traffic, I think all of those fish seeing the same bait kind of kill that bite down there for those big giant fish. We could still catch school fish on it, 2 and 3 and 4 5 pounders, but we were having a very difficult time even locating those really giant fish, those double-digit fish to catch, because I think of the pressure of a lot of boats on the water and all of them throwing pretty much the same baits. God called us out of this world to be different. I like to say extraordinary. God wants you, God wants me to be extraordinary. He doesn't want us to be average. He doesn't want us to be like everybody else, He wants us to be extraordinary type people. We are to be more loving, more caring, more joyful, more generous, and more forgiving than non-Christians. This is a statement we can take to the bank and try to make that happen in our lives and all those around us today. We need to make a concentrated effort, and really and truly, this all should just come naturally. If you're a saved, born-again Christian, Jesus died on the cross for you, we should be so thankful and so changed in our life that we will become more loving. We need to make that a priority today. To everyone we come in contact with, to be more loving. We need to be more caring about other people's problems. We need to be more joyful. We need to be happy. When something really bad happens, we laugh it off. More generous and more forgiving than a non-Christian. Some days we fail. I probably just have written that. Some days I fail, and I fail big time. But God is continually working to make our differences shine. You hear what I said right there? God will take the difference that we have in our lives and He will make it shine. He'll make it shine brightly. So many of the people that we have on our Catch of the Day YouTube channel that comment a lot, their light just shines. You can look at their comments and you can just almost see a halo and a glow around them because their light shines brightly. God's making that light shine. Here's our tip for today. Small blades allow for more accurate casting with a spinnerbait. When you put larger blades on a spinnerbait, when you add a trailer to a spinnerbait, you're going to lose some of your accuracy. So, on the other end of that spectrum, if you fish a spinnerbait naked, not you, the spinnerbait, fish a spinnerbait without a trailer on it, which I like to do that if I can possibly do that. Fish a spinnerbait without a trailer on it, and move down to smaller blades, and you'll be able to throw that more accurately. So if you're in really heavy, thick cover where you need to be making really dead accurate casts in order to catch fish, small blades, no trailer, and you will become a much more accurate caster. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. Rainy, nasty weather here in Oklahoma. We're inside enjoying it. Remember, spring has sprung, and I love you.